Gaijin have put out a Q&A about the upcoming Sons of Attila update. The first question is about the R73 and the 27 ET on the MiG-29 being a bit too overpowered and no other nations getting an equivalent. And people are going, are you going to add something to the other nations? And Gaijin go, yes. So there you go. You've got better missiles. The next question is about the fact that people complained that the MiG-29 had too easy of a grind. So Gaijin have turned around and gone, yes, we shall make it harder. And they've made it so the R73 is no longer a rank 1 modification. So you've just shot yourself in the foot there, everybody. People were basically upset because the F-16's equivalent missiles rank 3, so Gaijin have just added parity to both nations. You don't have to tell the teacher that they haven't handed homework in. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on. Next question is basically just asking about the R-73 for the current MiG-29s. We currently have no plans to add the R-73 to the current MiG-29s, but, you know, we know what that means. They might add it next patch for all we know. And then people were complaining about the voice lines in the cockpit, and they've apparently sorted this out. So well done to the lads at Gaijin HQ. Keep up the good work. Then there's no top tier jets for Sweden and Great Britain coming in the update. I mean, you're playing a minor nation. You know, it's taken an L by design. They've basically said they have plans, stay tuned to the news, which is not very helpful coming into the next patch where you're going to get shafted by R-73s. And that's just unlucky. Basically, if you only play those nations, don't be a one nation player, is what that answer should have said. Why is the OH-58 located at 10.3 when it has a worse magnification than the AH-6 and no miniguns to defend itself? We've worked on this bug and the magnification issue is fixed. Well done, Gaijin. This person wants to know if the GR7 Harrier is going to get the AGM-65G, and it's a bit of a nothing burger again. What they've said is that they're researching the missile and it might come to the game at some point, so not particularly useful for this update. Now, this next question I've definitely experienced. They're asking about how the Mavericks kind of just end up hitting a track, or they're not very precise to the weak spots of the enemy vehicles, and are they going to change that? Because sometimes you fire a Maverick at something and it just doesn't do anything. The response is that they're going to make the missiles aim for a more general area of the vehicle, so that's either going to make them absolutely useless or insanely overpowered, because they're probably going to buff the effective HE of the missiles so that they can continue to destroy vehicles. Do you have plans to include the Hungarian aviation? I mean, for a start, of course they plan to include Hungarian aviation. It's like just guaranteed at this point. But also, the person who asked this question asked for things like the L-39 and the ME-210, and they said, yes, with this major update, we're adding the Hungarian aviation with vehicles such as the Mi-24. Like, I know they're technically correct, but like, that's not quite, I think, what the person was looking for. And then they've added this new mechanic where you can shoot smoke grenades on someone else's vehicle, and then they go poof and they're clouded. And someone's basically just asking, is that terrible? It seems terrible. And they've responded that they've changed how much health the smoke grenades have, and they're going to just see how it goes and what people complain about. So we'll see if it's actually terrible once I get some gameplay on it. I didn't really play with it too much on the dev server yet, but it did seem a bit whack, to be honest, when I saw some videos of it. Like, you can just machine gun someone else's smoke. The model for the Israeli Chaparral does not correspond accurately to the real vehicle. Will the inaccuracies be corrected? And they've basically said yes. They're going to remove the gunner's optic. They're going to install a FLIR system on the starboard side. They're going to change the turret. They're going to replace the diesel engine. And they're going to add night vision for the gunner. In this update, Israel is getting a new SAM. Will Japan be getting something better than the Type 93? Who asked this question? The answer is no, sir. Let's read the paragraph. Basically, what they're saying here is that they can't really add anything because the Japanese anti-aircraft weapons in real life require like a secondary radar unit. So I guess we're all going to be stuck driving Type 93s. I reckon what they'll end up doing is just adding something in that doesn't require a secondary radar system and just be like, lol, it's for gameplay. But we'll see what happens. I really hope we get something better than the Type 93, or they just buff the Type 93 somehow. If you don't know already, they're making it so you can machine gun bushes and decorations off the enemy vehicles. Anyway, someone's complaining that it looked a bit silly, but I mean, they literally said on the dev live stream that it was going to be changed for the live update. So I don't know who asked this question. You silly sausage, mate. This chap is asking for some tigers and some panthers being added to the new Hungarian tech tree in the Italian tech tree. And the answer is, yeah, maybe. When will the full voiceover of the Israeli crews go live? The voiceover has been delayed due to delay. It's hard to predict. Well, fair enough. They're working on it. They're doing their best. Well done to the lads at Gaijin Entertainment. Someone's complaining about the Sturv 9040 having its ammunition reduced. They want to know where the source was. And then they've basically just told them it's from a Swedish historical society. So shove that up your wazoo. Who knows how accurate that is. Hopefully it is accurate. Otherwise there will be upsetty spaghetti people. Is it planned to make additional armor modules for some of the Hungarian vehicles? Is it planned to make their spaced armor removable like how it is represented on some of the other vehicles? And what Gaijin have said is they don't rule it out entirely, but right now it's not a high priority, so that feature is not coming to the game. Is it planned to add a better shell to the T90S Bishima or lower its BR? T90A has a better shell at the same BR. Well, you see, they've added it to our minor nation, mate, so it's going to perform better, is basically what's going to happen. And it goes. The new Windy Trees effect seems to have some issues during strong conditions where they bang together. Yes, we've seen videos on this and I've fixed it. Ha! There you go. The update is saved. The wind no longer pushes the trees over. On the new air map, Rocky Pillars, only a small bit of the map is used. Well, that's like every air map. Do you plan to use a bigger part of the map than what is now? On the dev server, ground attack mission, which is used for arcade, was turned on for use in realistic battles as well. And they pressed the wrong button and the arcade map was being used in realistic. So a nothing burger kind of, but good to know. And then there's another question about Rocky Pillars, where if there's loads of clouds, you're going to hit the big rocky pillars. And they've said, yeah, they've worked on the map's weather preset and they've just made the clouds way higher altitude. Can you make the color correction on Rocky Pillars map less toxic? It will be tweaked. Okay, I'm not sure how it will be tweaked, but it will be tweaked. So there you go. Less toxic Rocky Pillars for everybody who will be playing that map. New players, and not only new, so basically players, meet a lot of unfamiliar and not easily understandable mechanics after buying a high-tiered vehicle. Do you plan on adding more tutorials? Oh my god, please say yes. We have plans to expand tutorials in many different areas of the game. Is that it? Okay, cool. And then just at the end here, there's a problem with some hitboxes, and they've said that they're going to fix it, and they've solved the issue. So well done, everyone involved. Thanks for watching, everybody. Buy my decal. I'll see you next time.